Hello, good day. This again your Capti Chemist, and for this video, I'm going to pollinate these Gymnocalycium plants. Now, as you can see, I have here three plants, uh, three Gymnocalycium cactus. This one, as you can see, this is a variegated Gymnocalycium mihanovicii. This is the second day that it has already bloomed, so I'm now going to use it to pollinate the flowers of these two other plants. You can see here in the middle, this one is a Gymnocalycium baldianum. So you can see with their very brilliant red flowers. Three flowers bloomed at the same time. And this one is a green Gymnocalycium mihanovicii. These two flowers already bloomed, so I'm going to pollinate their flowers with the pollen from this variegated Gymnocalycium mihanovicii. Now, why am I going to use the pollen of this? Because my aim is to produce more variegated Gymnocalycium plants. So hopefully, when I use the pollen of this variegated Gymnocalycium mihanovicii, I'm going to produce seed pods bearing seeds that will mature into variegated Gymnocalycium hybrids. Okay. And also, I'm going to use the pollen from this baldianum to pollinate the flower of this variegated Gymnocalycium. Now, so let's begin. First, what we're going to do. First, when pollinating Gymnocalycium, first, why we have to do this? Why we have to manually pollinate the flowers of these gymnos? Because Gymnocalycium species are self-sterile. They can't pollinate themselves. So you're going to have to aid them in order for them to be pollinated with the pollen of another Gymnocalycium plant. So if you want to produce seeds for your gymnos, you have to manually pollinate them using the pollen from another plant. So first, another thing, first, what we're going to do is we're going to cut the flower. Using your fingers, sense the part where it is hollow, where there's gap, and right before it starts the hard part, in order for you to, that's where you will cut the flower. Now, why do we have to cut the flower? That's because the stigma of the Gymnocalycium plants are not exposed. Unlike Astrophytum, where the stigma are already exposed, so you don't need to cut the flower. So, okay, let's begin. Okay. Carefully cut it so that you won't be able to damage the stigma of the flower. Just make gentle incisions. This one this structure of the flower is the stigma. That's where we're going to put the pollen. Now, let's do the same for the other plants. To the last one. Okay, now this one is the flower of the Variegated Gymnocalycium. I'm going to cut it open and see, expose the pollen. Now I'm going to get some pollen. I'm just going to put them. First, I'm going to rub the stigma with the pollen. And I'm going to open it up. I'm going to put the pollen inside. Careful. Okay. I know we'll add some more. Some more. going to do the same thing with the other flower. Okay. I'm also going to try to add pollen from the Gymnocalycium baljanum, and let's see what will happen. Okay. Last, I'm going to pollinate the baljanum. Last, I'm going to pollinate the variegated Mihanovicii with the pollen from the Balgiano. Okay, so that's it. All we're gonna have to do is wait and hope that the pollination succeeded. Now, this type of pollination method has a very high rate of success, but it's not always 100% successful. There will also be lots of times when it will not be successful, and when that happens, there will no seed pods produced, and just after a few days after pollination, the flower, or here what's left of the flower which you pollinated, will wither off and will be withered, will dry out, and will fall off the plant. So that means it's not successful. But if the pollination is successful, just after several days you will notice noticeable change on them. Well, it will become fatter, and eventually it will produce the fruit or the seed pods which contains the seeds. And after several weeks, and in my experience, it takes around a month for the seed pods to mature. When that happens, it will change color from green to red, but sometimes it will not change color at all. One indication that it will be ready for harvest, aside from the changing of the color, will be if the seed pod will break. There will be break on the surface of the seed pod. That it will expose the inside and some of the seeds. That means that it will be ready for harvest, and it will be ready for harvest so that you can collect the seeds. So that's it. Basically, that's it for this video, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you very much, and paalam.